lighter too. That's how I got my extra range because I just made my mass smaller by putting smaller power distributor and power plant in there, you know. And then I just kept eights for thrusters, frame shift drive, stuff like that, and I just modded them up. Well, the frame shift drive's pre-engineered, so I didn't have to do any of that. But thrusters, yeah, dirty drive tune, and I still got to do that one more upgrade. So, but I got room for the power draw, so I know it's gonna add more power draw, but I got so much room. Power. That's why I was like, with a 5D, I'm like, yeah, that's the lowest I can go, and it's real light, and I'm like, cool, I'll go with it. Oh, 5A rather, yeah. I haven't tried doing, maybe I could probably do a 5D, that would be lighter, and then bump it up. It's been a while since I've done one, but yeah. So I got another system started. Oh my God. And for some reason, somebody's doing, um, I don't want to say they're courier missions. They're the ones where they got the people in their cargo, like the tourism. Yeah, somebody's doing a tourism in my system, and they must have turned in for Hussars because they went from 1.8. I was hanging out with Ilya and Gam yesterday, and it went from 1.8, and then when they logged off at 10, 11 o'clock, I happened to, refresh the Inara page, and it said they went to 8.8. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, I didn't do any missions. Like every day I spend, you know, anytime I can go to like a station and I can do a million donation for Federation, I do a million, a million, a million. I do them all, right? So I got to do it. If I don't do it every day, I was at 83%. Now I'm at 61. It's just knocking me down because for 2 days I wasn't doing it, and I just dropped that fast. And then so today I just went and did all my missions, went around, brought the Federation. I did missions to get the Federation's rep up, and I also put in. I must have spent, I don't know, 20, 25 million today, just in donating for the cause. And yeah. Well, I'm at 616, so I'm not hurting for money, you know. So, and every once in a while, when I'm looking at the mission thing, I'll see that there's like a 50 million one, and I'm like, oh, I could do that, I'm on my. I will only do it when I'm on the small ship because if you do it on the big ship, they want like 8,000 tons or something. But if you're on the small ship, you can get away with like, oh, we only want 330 silver, so it cost me 11 million for the silver because silver is not cheap. But I make 41, or 40, 39, or whatever it is. And you get two of those, and it doesn't take me more. I'm one jump away. I go to, purses or whatever. I look to see who's got it the cheapest, you know. I go there, pick it up, dump it, done, you know. And then there's a couple of ones that where they ask for 5 million for like tobacco or something stupid, and they want like 50. So I'll take five or six of those, go pick up all the tobacco, and then bring it back and go, here you go, you got smokes for the month. you know. So yeah, 25 ton. Yeah. If it's really cheap there, yes. So you got to see what the commodity's buying, from there for and then selling here. Like we still can't figure out why I think it's Triple L. One of them was, it's either Triple L or your other Lucille's. One of them was selling, you're like undermining everybody in the system. So like you're selling the stuff for the cheapest for everybody. So like Gam, instead of coming to LV or Powell, he's going over to yours because it's cheaper, you know? Yeah. So, but then he was buying so much of it, it started bringing the cost of it up. And I'm like, yeah, well, he had a lot more supply, so it was cheaper. And now that you're taking his supply down, it's now starting to balance out where now LV started to get, about the same price on the market. So it's huh? Yeah, per really. Let me see what LV's selling it. Well, it would be Powell because I think Powell is cheapest. Uh, that's in my yeah, it's in my system. I just want to try and compare what the titanium's selling for by you and what it's selling for in this area. Um, Let me see what titanium's going for here. So where was it? I just saw it. 42.68 is what I'm selling it for. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. That's the Jules Folly. That's where I was getting the other stuff too. Yeah. Wow. Three jumps. Yep. 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 You've made ally or something? What is that? Yeah. Oh. Oh, for trading? There you go. Yep. There you go. That's nice. That's sweet. Congratulations. Yeah. Well, that's how I got it, doing those missions. I had elite before I started building. That's good. Remember I was telling you like when I found out that, like I wanted to get my carrier, I grounded I just did trading for like 3 days and made my, 5 billion, and then I was like, I need one more day because you need to do the upgrades. So I did another billion because I wanted to do upgrades. Um, so yeah, I did six, and then I was after all my upgrades, I was down to 50 million again. So I was broke. It's like, yeah, I feel broke, So, but I didn't want to go any lower than that because, if you crash your clipper, you can't get it back if you don't got the money. You start off with a basic, ship. You don't boost away from the star, huh? I turned, yeah, I turned boost away from the star, and then, I start to slowly roll back to where my new spot is. And then by the time I line up with it, boom, I hit J and off I go, and then come in, turn off to the side, boost away from the star. Keeps the heat from gaining, keeps your heat low. Yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, just, yeah, there you go. Boom. By the time you roll back in, you can hit the J button, maybe a second or two, boom, and you're off. it's, to me, it's so much faster than, like just rolling around the star and then making sure you're out of its gravity well and all that. You're not, you're not boosting up for some reason. Yeah, you hit the wrong button. You hit the wrong button or something. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that's how I get my hauler through fast. It's like, boom. I do it with everything. You know, Faye taught me that because, he was doing it in the Mandalay, you know, and so that's how he was getting through all the systems so fast. He's like, yeah, why do you wait? Like just boost away. He goes, and then when you got to scoop, you just hang out and scoop, and then you boost away and do it. He's like, it's just so much. I don't know. Um, but I did get a message from there's this girl that used to be in my kinship years ago, and she texted me out of the blue the other. I haven't heard from her in probably 3 or 5 years, and she turned around and she says hello, and I'm like, hi, how you doing? And I'm like, and she's like, how's Faye doing? I'm like, oh, speaking of Faye, I'm like, he just got on. He saw me playing Elite Dangerous, and he started playing. I said, I haven't seen him in a month. Well, she talked to him that night. She gave me her Discord, and I guess he got into Discord with her, and whatever. But yeah, yeah. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if he put enough money on his carrier if he lost it, because he hasn't been on, and it's been, you know, I don't know how much upgrades he's done, but my carrier upgrades, it was 16.2, but this last week it was more. It was like 16.8. So I don't know what I did. I'm looking. I've been watching you do it. Yeah, yeah. Super Cruise Assist. Yeah, I do too. I gotta have it. Yeah. So I got my station. Jeez, where is it at now? I'm up to 65%. So, and my carrier is almost fully loaded. I got like 8 more trips down to Powell, and then I gotta empty it, and then it should be. I don't know. I've been doing about 10 to 15% a night to try and get this thing done.
I got you.
So I might have to put in a ticket too because it tells me I have 3 active constructions going on, and I only got one. But it's
Really?
funny because, yeah, if I zoom into a planet, and then it says I have 0 and 0. Active construction 0 and 0, but it says current construction. Well, that's because this planet's only available as one. But I could do two in the system because it thinks I have 3 going and I don't. So I want to check.
Yeah, you might want to get a hold of them then.
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to fix it during the tick this week, but it didn't. But I'm thinking if I can get this station finished, I won't start anything, and I'll wait for the next tick. And if it doesn't fix, then I'll just say, hey, I got nothing being built, and it's telling me I got 3. All right, let me check 26 and see if Hussers is. Okay, so with all the work I did today, somebody's really pumping up anti-Xeno. All that work today, I went from 61 to 63.6. I did bring Hussers down zero point 0.8 because they were 8.8, and anti-Xeno was at 21. So someone's doing anti-Xeno here, and I don't know how to check that. It did say they dropped though.
You can't look at, what is it, Anara, and tell you like what commanders have been through?
So, so like, there's a person that's must have gotten from LV and did a station in an adjacent system. It's like, I think it's like 12, 13 light years from me. And I looked the player up, and it says the player has a system somewhere else, right? But it doesn't list the one adjacent to me. And but you go to the station there, Mitchell, and it's you can clearly see that it was made by this person. But when you type in Anora that system, and it just says system architect claimed. It doesn't give
Mic
a name.
off.
Like mine
Mic
says
on.
system architect, my name. You know, if I go to your system, it'll say your name. You know, I go to GAMS, it'll say GAMS name. But like this person, it just says claimed. It won't tell me the system who's the architect.
Yeah.
But when you're in the station, it tells you who it is. So
There
it's
you go,
kind of like,
Bumpa. Look at that.
uh, so you're selling it for, click on it. All right, so you're making
49 million profit.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm saying I'm buying it for 46 and selling it
Yep.
for 44. It's pretty damn good. And
Well,
then
it's 4,000 you're buying it for, and you're
Yeah.
selling it for 44. Yeah.
And see here, power generators are selling for 2,300 credits.
23,000. Yeah.
And then, or 23,000, yeah. And then aluminum is 25,000. So that's why I'm going with the titanium, because it's almost,
Yeah.
it's almost,
You know what it is they're probably, most people were doing the power generators because, you know, they had a good supply of it, and now they probably have enough power generators, so they're manipulating the system. You know, there's more of a demand for the titanium and the aluminum. You know, so who knows? I don't know how the background sim works. What's your jump range on that?
I think it's like 27.
Your 4-panel.
Give me 1 second. Let me, for some reason it didn't take that.
I hate when it doesn't do it, you know? It's like, you know, you clicked it. Yeah.
Okay, 4-panel.
Yep. One of those should tell you where your jump range is. 28 current.
Yeah, and I'm empty right now, though.
Yeah, so on Latin, which means if you do your fuel thing or whatever. Your current is 28.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember how far that other station was. I'm pretty sure it was Jules. But I only had one jump, so maybe it was that system.
Like I said, I mean, I've made $500 million today, and
Yeah.
I haven't really done that many jumps. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm not complaining. So if I can get to 2 billion off of it, and I'll be cool with that. And then I don't know, I might continue to just keep fucking pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, because it'd be nice to get up into that top 10 commander.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't give you anything extra other than cash.
Yeah.
And your name published on everything that Frontier does, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I really don't care about that. I just, the cash is what I like. That's 200 million.
Well, I went there just because I wanted cargo, because
that's why I initially did it, because I just wanted the upgrades.
Yeah, well,
and then I seen what I was making.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if you do this, don't put it on your Panther Clipper, or do it on a credit purchased one. Because you have a habit of selling the damn thing and losing all your stuff.
Yeah.
Because you'll lose them and you won't get them back. So, are you locked up?
Nope.
Internet's getting a little wonky.
No, what is it? Like laggy on your end?
I was watching you just lock up. You know, I saw you doing the jump and it just stopped. And then when you talked, it was like boing, 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 boing.
Oh,
You know, you ever get that with the phone calls sometimes? You get
yeah.
the talking to somebody and all of a sudden you get bing, bing, bing. Yeah. Like, what the heck's all that about? Okay. Am I empty before I go and pop out of here and screw this all up? I am empty. Disembarking.
Damn it. Oh, I gravity weld that one. Way to go.
The loop of shame.
Yep.
8 more trips. Okay. Yeah, when the event started, I asked Gam if he texted you about it because I told him, I said, I'll hang back with the carrier, you know, and let you get on and I'd jump it. And then I figured, well, let me see how many jumps it is with the anti-clipper because I knew you did upgrades to yours. And I was like, you know, well, I'm like, it's 11 jumps. It's not that bad. I'm like, I'm sure you could do it. So I just kind of went. And I didn't hear from you anyway, so I just figured, you know,
Yeah, I seen him. The only I seen it because he posted a message here in Discord and
yeah.
said that it was going on. So I was like, huh, I'll log on and look and see what the hell it consists of. And then I seen it was pretty much just hauling missions, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's cool. I should have um, I should have Soul unlocked now because I've made elite, and that's the requirement is you have to be elite in something.
Go to your 4 panel. It'll tell you what you got unlocked. Uh, Status, I think. That's all your factions for the thing you're in. Go down. Keep going. One more. There's your unlocks, your permits.
So Soul is not well. What's Founder's World? Because that's the one I just unlocked.
Yeah, I don't know what half of them are. I just know that's where you look for them.
Let's I'll Google it real quick.
Yeah, because like I got a whole bunch, but you know, so I got. Wait, why is that? Oh, it's a status. That's why. I got Soul, Beta, Hydri, Expure, Sirius, Founders World, Hip, 22460, Whores, PLX, Ross, Vega, and Hip 87 621. So
Does you said Soul?
yeah, I got it up on my screen. It's I got Soul. Yeah, I forget what I did to get that one.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty close to being to
I think
getting
it's a
it.
rank. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a rank up. Yeah.
in the Elite Dangerous, the Founder's World is an Earth-like planet and a permit-locked Shinrada Desert system. It is the home of the Jameson Memorial.
Okay. So you visited that already, didn't you?
No, I did the Jameson crash site.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
did the Jameson crash site and got those that lure that fucking about choked my ass up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, they're pumping out titanium, bub,
Yep.
because it's up to 8,000. Somebody must be hauling it in. Because like I literally just left here and it was 5,000. It was 500 and some.
Don't complain as long as it keeps letting you fill
I'm
up.
not complaining at all.
You know, they're keeping up with it. That's great.
I'm gonna drop this one off and then wait a couple minutes and let it update and see what percentile I'm in. Because just hauled a bunch of I've hauled a bunch more loads since then. So we'll see how far up the ranks it's taking me, I should say.
See that in your one tab, right?
Yeah, I want to get this one done though.
Yep.
I think once I get my carrier, I want to work on doing a lot of engineering.
A lot of grinding.
Yeah, I know, but at least I'll have some pretty badass ships. It's like my fuck is it my Kestrel. Like I would love to do some extra shit to that, you know.
Are you talking about the real money one, or are you going to buy one with credits?
No, I'll probably buy one with credits and
Yeah.
do that one.
Yeah.
Just because it makes more sense, like you said, because I like to sell them and
Yeah. Just
you know.
because, yeah. You just, you know, I'm not trying to be criticizing, but I'm trying to give you constructive, like, hey, this isn't the first time you've done this
No,
kind of
it's
thing.
not.
It's like, oh man, I just sold all my cargo and everything. I gotta buy all this again. I'm like,
Actually,
yeah,
my
that's why I don't.
Guardian frameshift drive is in storage. Because remember, I took it off the other day because we were like, oh, yeah, you don't need it because you're only jumping like one or two
Yeah, back
systems
and forth.
away.
Yeah, so you used it for cargo. Yeah, cargo slot. So that might be good if you didn't
Yeah,
sell it.
it was not on here. It was just pretty much all I lost this go around was just engineering.
Yeah,
And I mean, that's a matter of going to a couple, well, whatever the
just
fuck they're
yeah,
called, and just gathering some
the
shit.
traders.
Yeah,
Yeah, traders and bringing them back up. Yep.
getting that grade 5 stuff.
Yeah, I got to do that soon too. I usually just take the Mandalay out, farm it all, and then use the Mandalay to do all that. I did. I'm trying to keep myself focused here. Because it really sucks when I go down to the planet, with an escape pod, and then it says, I go to summon the ship, and it says, oh, you have cargo. Would you like to lose all that cargo? Because we can't summon the ship. And
Oh
then
shit.
you can't get back to the carrier because they don't give you paid shuttles. I can get a paid shuttle to any other station, but your carrier is not included on that. So, and you can't commit suicide when you're on the planet. And even if you did, it's just going to respawn you back on the planet. It won't put you back on your carrier. So, the only way to get back on the carrier is if your buddy's on and you say, "Hey, can you pick me up and give me a lift?" 7,097.
All right, almost here to drop this off. Oh, I've been entered. I've had a couple of pretty close
Interdictions.
interdictions. This last few trips that I've made, I haven't really had any, which is
Pretty good. Yeah.
surprising. Yeah.
Did you remove your heat sinks off too? Or you didn't put any on this one?
I think no. I think I left my heat sinks on.
Yeah. So if your co-pilot's saying, somebody's interdicting, or you watch your chat, what I was doing is keep throwing my heat sinks out and keeping me under 20 degrees. And I can usually make it there.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. And I always go into one panel and target them to make sure I can see where they are. Because if they come up on your 6, they're going to interdict you.
Right, right.
But if they're off to the side, like the 7 or 4 o'clock position, they're not getting you. And a lot of times when they're targeted, they'll all of a sudden go stealth, and that they'll just like blink, come off you're not targeting them anymore, and then I guess they went silent running. And then that's when I hit a sink right away.
Oh, because you know it's coming.
I know it's coming, yeah. And then all of a sudden I open the one panel, and there they are again. I target them again. You know? It seems to be working most of the time, not 100% of the time.
That's funny. The person in chat, the AI or the yeah NPC was Lon Jennin.
Oh, Jinnin.
Flip the first two letters around. John Lennon.
Oh, John Lennon. Yep.
Why do I feel like I know Gam has told me that Shinrada Desert was like there's something significant about that.
I don't remember anything.
All right, let's see. Let's go to mission board. Community goals. Global progress. We've only collected, they need a total of 300 million. And we've only collected 112 million. There's 19,000 contributors right now.
So instead of saying you're in the top 25, I wish it would tell you where in the top 25 you are. Are you towards the top of the 25 or you're at the bottom of the 25, you
Right,
know?
right.
It
See, I
just
don't
doesn't tell
even.
you.
What the hell's this tier shit?
That's the tiers that we're so that's what I was asking Gamma because I went until I saw tier 1 full. And every time I turned in, the bar went up. And he goes, "Yeah, that's the whole community adding to it." He goes, "By the time you finish doing your 6 runs or whatever, everybody was at tier 1." I'm like, "Oh," because I was watching. Every time I came back, that blue bar went up. So I thought it was me, and he said it's not. So I don't know. He said it's the community, the whole community. So when
Yeah,
they
because
reach tier 5,
it's not going up very high now.
yeah, when they get to tier 5, they're done. So
Okay.
so
10,666 units collected.
yep. Couple more trips, man. You'll be at 2 bill.
Yeah. Problem is now I'm getting tired.
My brother comes over today. We worked on his truck. He got into an accident with his new truck, right? And
Oh no.
so yeah, you know, he just spent a lot of money on this truck. And the other morning, well, it's actually been like 3 weeks. He was on his way to work in the morning. Goes to the store to get breakfast and stuff. And our road's east west. So if you go east in the morning, the sun's right in your face. So you know how you get that little mist on your windshield in the morning
Yeah.
from the dew? Yeah, he turned onto the street and all of a sudden was blind from the sun. And he's trying to slow down, step on the brake, and next thing you know, he sees these red taillights in front of him. He swerves out of the way, clips the corner of his truck.
Ugh.
Only breaks the tail light on the car he hit, but he bent his bumper, crumpled his fender in half.
Uh,
Yeah, a little bit on the hood, and yeah. So and the bumper kept hitting the front wheel. So he pulled it out a little bit, but it was still rubbing. So I said, "Yeah, bring it over." I hooked it up to the back of my truck and just kept telling him to back up with the rope on it, tow wrap, and got that pulled out. And then I said, "All right, let's make your fender look better because it was, like it was, bulging out about 6, 8 inches, right?" So we unbolt the fender. I stick it on the back of my tailgate, and I got the rubber mallet. And bang, 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 bang. I went out in the back, got my my bodywork tools, and I'm getting all the little kinks and dents out of it, and got it pretty straight, and put it all back together. I spray painted it black because that's the color of his truck. So I just put some flat black so it don't look so ugly, because all the paint was flaking off of it, from the accident. So, but he was so happy. He was so worried because he couldn't open the pass. Like as soon as you hit a fender, it always pushes back, and then you can't open the door, passenger door. That's exactly what was going on. So I just, pulled everything back forward where it needed to be, made sure he could open and close the passenger door. So he's happy. He needs to, the whole headlight needs everything. The whole outer and the inner part that holds the headlight in. So we're gonna have to go dig that out somewhere in some junkyard somewheres. But but he's happy he can get his, he can drive his truck again. So that's what I did today. I started with that, and then I moved a couple other cars around, played musical cars, put one up on my trailer, and like I only play. I would have left the cars where they are because but I can't get my mower in the front yard because the trailer's on the side, and the tractor don't fit between the house and the trailer, and the trailer's up against the fence, only 6 inches away from the fence. I had it as far as I could get over there. I just not enough room for the tractor to pass with the trailer there, so I had to move it, which meant I had to move the 2 cars in front of it, which neither one of them run, you know.
right.
So, so I was strapping them, pulling them up, moving them around, pulled the trailer up, and yeah, empty. Okay. All right, we're down to 59.45, and then the carrier's full. Sit there. I wasn't paying attention earlier, right? So I had some CMM components and some titanium because that's where I'm at, right? And so I go down to the planet, I went out, had a smoke, come back, and I'm like, all right, come back up to the carrier. I'm like looking on the uh, co-pilot, and it's saying, I need 12,000 titanium. I'm like, but it's not taking it. Like, why isn't it taking it? That's because I picked up CMM composites instead of
Oh
titanium. Like,
no.
no wonder why it wasn't taking it, right? I mean, I have another system I'm building, so I just had to jump. And I went to the other system and just dumped it there. Came back, went onto the carrier, jumped back. Now I got to just make sure when I land, you know what it is because when you start a new system, it comes up on your quest log. So you get the icon that says, hey, this is part of your quest log. You need X amount of these. So that's what happened. I came back and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I still need CMM composites because it's got on my quest log. But yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that station. I'm doing the station that I'm working on, like this one. So yeah. So yeah.
You said you're building another system, correct?
So GAM switched us. We're not Federation right now. We are some other faction. I'll tell you. Oh, crud. Back here. I'll tell you what it is in a second. As soon as I get back to my ship. Come on, transfer, confirm. Thank you very much. Down, down, space, down, space. It's like I'm playing the click game. Left, right, down, down, space, up, space, down, down, space. You get into the groove of stuff. So he tried to pull in another faction. I want to say like Tuesday or Wednesday, and I picked a system, and I built the station there. Right, just a small military base, right? And I was expecting to get a third, you know, Federation, or and we only got Earth Defense, and so I expanded Earth Defense and Federation. So the third one didn't come, and he's like, "Oh, it was one he thinks the devs have a plan on doing something with." So then he was asking me, he goes, "Do you still want to try?" I said, "Yeah, I'd like to try because I really want to like try and push the Hussars out
Right.
of my system anyway, and I want to get more factions into my system. So we're UB Dominion right now.
UB
UB.
Dominion.
UB Dominion. Yeah. UB. Uncle Brian. UB. Yeah, UB Dominion, which is not Federation. He says it's a different superpower, but he said, we'll just bring him in here. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, yeah, so I just picked another system today and said, yep, let's try here. And yeah, I'm building it. But I want to try and get Einstein done. So that's what I'm working on. I got a month. I'll get it done in a couple hours. It's one carrier trip basically to get it all done. So, but
Well, Bumpa,
let's see.
I think I'm gonna get ready to lay the fuck down.
Alrighty.
Wore the hell out, man.
I hear you. I'm not far behind because I did a lot of moving our stuff around. We got a lot done today. So I'm pretty happy that we got, what we got done. And I got to hang out with my brother for a little while.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I did
That's important.
oil changes. That's about it.
Oil changes. That's it.
Yeah. And cleaned up the shop a little bit and just, little shit. I mean, it's not like I busted my ass, but still just, I don't know, I'm tired as hell. and it is almost midnight. So,
Yep, it's getting there. That's why I said I'm not far behind. You know, I
so
don't know.
I'm
I
just
can't
gonna.
stay up. I can't stay up like I used to. You used to go to bed. I'd be up till 4 or 5 in the morning. You know,
Yeah,
you guys get on the next day and go, man, your base grew. Yeah, well, I was up till 5 in the morning building it.
yeah, no shit. I've seen that a fucking time or 12 out of you.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
Especially playing Ark. Fuck, I go to bed,
Or
you'd have fucking 10 Brontos and wake up the next fucking morning, you got fucking 400.
yeah, I remember.
All right, Bumpo.
All right, man. You
Yeah,
gonna be on tomorrow?
yeah, I'll be on tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. I'll be
All right,
on.
buddy.
I'm gonna. All right. Bye bye.
Later.